Have you ever looked around your life and thought, I should be happy? So why do I feel that something's missing? I think a lot of creative people have this feeling, and today's episode is about chasing the life that you can't stop thinking about. I'm Angelina, creator of Mai Tai and Chill, and welcome to episode 3. Thank you for listening and being a part of this journey so far. I'm excited to see where it continues. This is a podcast about vintage culture, creativity, photography, small business, nostalgia, and building a life that you love. Today, we're going to talk about something a little more personal, what it means to rebuild your life around creativity. So, as I previously mentioned, I was an elementary art teacher and librarian for past 7+ years. And I learned a lot from that, and going from never being a teacher in my life to feeling like this is me. It was like I was finally living out my dream. I remember loving my elementary art teacher and the impact that she had on my life, and my middle school art teacher and my high school art teachers. I think it was a huge part of my life and helped shape the person I become today. So to be able to have the opportunity to do that for other kids was incredible. But I knew that I wanted to do more for myself. In the beginning, I thought it was photography. It is an extremely lucrative business. For sure. It was rough to balance that when you're always doing something for other people. There was still that calling that I wanted to make my own art. In high school, I used to break into abandoned buildings around here and do photo shoots with my friends. In college, I used to build sets and would be up till all hours of the night building things out of cardboard to create this fantastical set that I would use for my photographs. And I love that full encompassment and engaging every part of my brain, like physically making things while also visually creating something. I needed that. The photography, I love capturing people's memories, but that's still their art that I'm capturing, if that makes any sense, rather than the art that I'm physically creating. And while teaching, even if it was like during a lunch break or during a period where I had free time, I would start drawing. I would start painting. I would play around with the materials to make an example for the kids, especially with teaching art club after school. That gave me more of an opportunity to try different things, and seeing the kids excited about this product that I made just by playing around, and then they were excited to make it. Now that translates to my jewelry or my artwork. When people are excited to see what I make next, or people are excited to see what new jewelry piece I made, or what t-shirt, or what fabric design I'm creating. That connection is really important to me and really exciting, and definitely what keeps me going time and time again. There's so much about me that has always been there, and this is just like a collaboration of everything, every part of my being combining into one, with my love for photography, vintage collecting, and art have always been a part of me. This is not anything new, and people who have known me for long enough know that that is true. I love being surrounded by other creative people too. I'm finally building a life that I want to fit me into, rather than trying to change to fit into other people's lives and other people's dreams and realities. I want to fit in mine. I want my space to fit and work. It's scary creating something on your own. It's terrifying, and the amount of times I have cried. It's a lot, but it's always a good cry. It's not necessarily a bad cry. It's just fear. It's fear of failure, fear of being judged by other people. Like when it comes to the 3D printing, there's a lot of negative connotation with that in the art world, when to me I see it as a tool that helps me express my designs. I'm about like, how can I use this 3D printed material, this melted plastic, and create something different that you wouldn't necessarily think of to be created by a 3D printer. I have a lot of examples. My earrings, I like to play with the inside and see if I can create more art with that. Or I just made a tall boy drink holder. That's a moai, just so I can put my tall boy in there. Or like bamboo handles that I get from online are kind of expensive. So I started making bamboo handles myself with the 3D printer, and it's exciting to see and just to make your vision come to life, but is scary. You're afraid you're being judged constantly. Like, she makes that stuff out of 3D printing, but that's gross. No, it's the same as if I made hair flowers with fake flowers, like it's just my tool to making my art. But the fear is real, and the fear is there. The fear of uncertainty. I will have a really good week, and then I'll have a really slow week, and then I'll have a really creative week, and then I'll have a week where I just don't want to look or touch or do anything. I do multiple things. I sell my vintage online. I create jewelry. I create purses and clothes, and there's multiple moving parts constantly. I have like 4 different machines, and then my 2 sewing machines and my serger. I mean, there's a lot, and I'm still in that process of figuring out what works best, what sells the best, because at the end of the day, I am there to make a business, a profitable business from this, but it's not always that easy. I'm constantly comparing myself to other businesses too. Like, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. I don't want to replicate anything that anyone else is making. But at the same time, this is what's hot. This is what's selling. This is what's popular. And that can often lead into similar things. And I know a lot of other artists that think and have the same fear. Like, well, we can both like those things. We can both do those things, but it is scary constantly comparing yourself to other businesses, or wondering, am I too late to this? Like, yeah, I've been in it in the background my whole life. I'm almost 40. Am I too late to start over and go on this path that's so uncertain? I don't know. And I think it's all terrifying. And if you're starting a small business or trying to create a small business, you get that and you understand that fear. It's there. But this goal that I have of creating this vintage shop and this place that I dream of, this immersive area, or a place that I can have people come to and we do a whole set and I do my photography that way. Every little bit has fear in it, but that's what's exciting, and being able to create that space is the ultimate dream of Mai Tai and Chill, and having a common ground between different people, whatever your interests are, your backgrounds are, or maybe you're artistic, maybe you're not. Maybe you're not artistic, but you love being around it. It's still a place for you too. As a community, you also have to embrace differences of people. I'm hoping that my photography can be more focused on studio photography. I'm working with other photographers, and we're working on collaborative experience for people, or I'm teaching a class to people who don't know anything about photography. I want these workshops, and I want other people to be involved and host creative events. I'm teaching people how to paint or make jewelry or whatever it is. And I think I just want that community that celebrates vintage style and self expression and have that meeting place be my business. I want you to walk in and feel right at home and feel exported to a magical tropical place that also has that welcomed feeling, so you're not like, oh, I'm not in the right place. I want everyone to feel like they are walking into the right place. So with this journey, my process of designing has been all over the place, to say the least. I am constantly working on like 15 different things. I will come up with an idea or have a thought, and then I sometimes will start off, paint something or draw something that I'm inspired by, and then part of it becomes a sticker, part of it becomes a t-shirt, part of it becomes a logo. I also have my textile designs on Spoonflower, which is a website that you can wallpaper, fabric, anything that's printed on, you can buy it there. And it's all different artists' artwork that makes up that site. So I sell my designs on there as well. So just one idea can translate into like different products, or I have to take pictures of all of my products. I'm lucky enough to have that photography background to be able to do that myself, and sometimes I'm really hard on myself for sure. And it's fun. It's fun making them come to life and glisten. When I have a market coming up, that whole week is just dedicated to inventory. It always like rolls into more things because then I'm like, oh, well, this market that I'm doing might really enjoy this kind of stuff. So then I start creating other stuff specifically for that. It all kind of rolls into something else. Or like recording this podcast. I've never done this before. It took me at least 4 times to be okay in front of a camera, but not actually talking to anyone. I just have to pretend that I can see everyone through that camera. And then that makes me feel better because talking to myself makes me feel super awkward. But it's all things that are good. And it's also super healing in this journey to talk about it because then I'm like, wait, yeah, no, that is good. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. Or I need to change that. It's helping me become more consistent. It's helping me build on this community, and I'm learning something new all the time. If you want to do it, you can do it. I built these tiki mug shelves a couple years ago because I wanted to learn how to make my own shelves with scrap wood, so I did. I always am trying to learn as much as I possibly can. So with this podcast, I definitely cannot wait to start interviewing people. But this week, I'd love for you to do one creative thing that you've been putting off, something in the back of your mind that you haven't actually done. Go do it. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. So go and do that one creative thing. And then when you're done, you tell me about it. Post it on social media and tag me in it. Tag My Tie and Chill. And I want to see that one thing you've been wanting to create. Make sure you create that this week and that you tag me. So get creative. And if today's episode resonated with you, thank you. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. Building something meaningful isn't always easy, but I think it's worth it. Every week, I'll be sharing more of this journey, what's working, what's challenging, and what I'm learning along the way. Until next time, stay tropical, stay strange, and keep creating.